Hi everybody, I'm Karee Hayes. Hello, happy Wednesday. This is Dr. Unger, our medical director, and he came by tonight and we were just chatting about many things, and something that keeps coming up is the talk all about this vaccine. And this is something that I know many of you have questions about and have asked us, and so I thought, why don't we just pop on here and have someone who knows what they're talking about, the expert who also has had the vaccine, just to share a little bit. And so this is Dr. Unger.
Hey everybody, good to see you all tonight.
And he had, tell me exactly, when did you have the vaccine?
So I received my second dose of
Okay.
the 2-dose regimen about 5 days ago now.
Okay, so that was the second one.
And then of course 21 days before that was my first dose. So I was pretty early on, just as a hospital-based worker. Obviously I do a lot of aesthetic surgery, but I also take care of breast cancer patients and ER patients, and so the hospital systems here invited us all to get that treatment. And of course I jumped on the opportunity because it's safe and it's been proven to be effective, so I wanted to go and get that.
What did you feel like the first day when you got it? First of all, was it painful?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So mostly felt super appreciative and thankful because it's a pretty big, I felt very honored to be able to get it. The shot actually hurts not at all. Shot 1 and 2 didn't even feel.
Okay.
And I'm a pretty big baby when it comes to shots. Didn't feel it at all. However, there's definitely some soreness.
Okay.
I got the Pfizer vaccine. The Pfizer and the Moderna vaccine are the two mRNA vaccines, which are the first ones that have come out in the U.S. And there is fat within the vaccine itself, so that tends to be a little inflammatory. So my shoulder hurt a little bit, a day or two of soreness.
Okay.
But nothing much different than what most people get from a flu vaccine.
How would you compare the two vaccines to each other?
So interestingly, from a data standpoint, they are strikingly similar. They're essentially made with the same technology. Each company has their own proprietary format for how they put it into solution, but the efficacy is the same.
Okay.
And both about 95%, which is amazing. That is much better than the flu vaccine. That is equivalent to the polio vaccine, right, which is basically wiped that off the face of the earth. So now I'm no immunologist, I'm not a virologist, I'm a plastic surgeon, but as a physician, I can read the data and it's really exciting.
What I have heard is it's one of the first vaccines that doesn't have mercury in it. So I keep hearing that it's a very clean vaccine, and didn't know if that's something that, is it really, and what is in like a flu vaccine versus the COVID vaccine?
So, there's no mercury, and that was the thing once upon a time. That's been
years
discussed, across various channels and concerns. Vaccines are really clean medication in general. You have to think about it, how is this going to impact me? How is this going to affect me? A lot of medicines like Tylenol or Advil kind of block general pathways in the body. They work great. We know them. We've used them for years and years. They're totally safe, but they have a lot of different effects, which can have some unintended consequences. Okay, a vaccine is not like a shotgun. It's a sniper rifle, meaning it only does one thing. Okay, these vaccines are made of, I think, like 4 total ingredients.
Okay.
It's essentially the RNA molecule, which is the coding, like DNA.
Targeting that one.
It is the one thing that goes into the cells to replicate, and then there's a couple ingredients around it to protect that molecule to get into your cells so it can do its job to make the spike protein of coronavirus. Coronavirus, all seen the pictures of the ball with a bunch of things on it. Those things on the edge are how they attach to cells to get into you. And what the vaccine does, it replicates just the spikes on the outside of the ball so that your body knows to recognize those spikes.
Okay, that makes
pretty
sense
brilliant.
to me, That actually does make sense.
Now the body can, if the coronavirus balls with the spikes get into your body, it sees those spikes, it attacks those spikes, it kills those spikes. Coronavirus doesn't stand a chance to invade all over your body because the immune system knocks it out immediately.
Okay.
You can't get coronavirus from it. There is no coronavirus in the vaccine, in the Pfizer vaccine and in the Moderna vaccine, which is all that's out right now.
So it's not like sometimes a flu vaccine has a little bit of the
it's not attenuated virus or like a weakened version of the bug is not what this is. This is just a protein that is on every coronavirus molecule. It's a signal so that the body sees it. If it sees the real deal, it goes and attacks it, and that's how the immune system works.
are we not so glad we asked an expert? These are very like over my head kind of questions, and we get asked so many things, and that's again why I wanted to have somebody as smart and brilliant as Dr. Unger. Some of the other things we get asked is, what about like, will it make me sterile, and does it affect, if I get filler, like does it break down things in the body that we don't know?
Right. All really good questions. I mean, you are inciting I'll take the second question first. So
Yeah.
you are inciting an immune response, right? You're revving up the immune system on purpose. So yeah, I felt a little tired the next day, like a little sick-ish. I mean, I still went to work, I was still functioning.
It's like controlled inflammation going on.
Right. Because your body you're hacking your system to basically get it to go into overdrive so that it's prepared if it ever gets invaded by coronavirus.
Let it know that something's coming in, it knows to attack.
And so there have been very, very rare cases, but they do exist, of inflammation or swelling around facial filler. It's been self-limited, it's required no treatment. They give some oral steroids have been given, some lip swelling, some cheek swelling. I'm only aware of like 3 total cases, and those have been linked to the Moderna vaccine. The exact mechanism or exact reasoning is unknown, but it's not that far-fetched to understand that you're revving up the immune system, and then all of a sudden there's kind of inflammation, and then these foreign substances in your face. Hyaluronic acid is a natural substance in the body, right? Which is what all of these fillers basically are. But there's still carrier proteins, right? And carrier molecules for that. And so it kind of revs up the body gets a little over amped up purposefully, and that can cause a little swelling. It hasn't caused a problem for anybody. So that can happen, but it's hot in the news, but the chance that would happen to you as an individual looks to be, 1 in very few, 1 in 100,000, 1 in a million, something like that.
So if I were still, childbearing age and wanted to still have a baby, is it safe for someone who is considering still having babies? Will it affect my DNA or anything with my baby,
So to take that question, and I'm not an OBGYN nor a virologist, but I do know the science, and I have confirmed this with OBs that I'm friends with, as well as the ACOG, the American Council of Obstetrician and Gynecology. No.
Okay, good.
Not going to happen. Can't happen.
Okay.
I think 8 women got pregnant during the vaccine trials that got the vaccine. So,
well, that's good to hear.
It cannot mess with your DNA. Not a possibility. This is messenger RNA. It is coding like DNA, but it is viral RNA. It gets broken down in the system pretty quickly, which is why you have all these special fats and things that get it in so it doesn't get broken down too quickly. Not going to change your core DNA. That's not going to happen.
What about, like, we had somebody ask the other day about, will I get Bell's palsy? Will it cause any type of, loss of like nerve function? Haven't seen.
No.
Okay.
The short answer is no. Bell's palsy, by definition, is idiopathic, which in medical speak means from an unknown cause. So Bell's palsy happens a lot in this country every year.
Really?
The vaccine happens a lot every year, many, many cases. So I'm sure at some point there will be cases where someone ends up with Bell's palsy who also have the vaccine. Doesn't mean they're
they
caused.
Don't correlate.
Okay? Inflammation from a known source is not a Bell's palsy. This has not yet caused anything like that, and we don't expect it to.
Okay. I mean, these are just things I think we all are wondering, and so I just, if you guys have any other questions or anything about vaccines or COVID or anything like that, I'm more than happy to pull him in here and answer the questions because, I don't know, but we're all in this together, and when it does, and it is readily available to all of us, I hope that we will all consider getting it. And until then, we have to keep wearing our mask and be diligent and make sure that we are doing our job as, what am I trying to say?
Healthcare providers.
Well, or just
as a good steward.
As a good steward. I mean, a citizen.
Society.
Sorry, hello, citizen. That's the word I was looking for. I think it's our job, to do that and to protect ourselves, but also protect other people. So, again, thank you so much for popping by and answering these questions. And it gives us all a little peace of mind. So,
well, I'm always happy to, and I think it's really important that everyone gets to see people getting the vaccine and gets to understand. Everyone has questions, and it was done very quickly, which is not scary. It's a testament to science. All of the technology that was used has been there, and there are a lot of really interesting, amazing new accomplishments because we've been under the gun, and just like just like the classic saying goes, necessity is the mother of all invention.
Right.
Right. So we've been able to move quickly, and it's really, a testament to American ingenuity and ingenuity around the world to do this so quickly. But it's safe and it's effective, and
I think we all still have to continue to watch, like, long term what it's going to do, but the safety and efficacy and what's in it and so forth, it's what we need to do. I mean, we need to really pursue that to get through this.
If you're a betting person,
Yeah.
the chance of getting sick from COVID, if you were to get it, is much higher
Right.
than the chance of having any problem with this vaccine that has been now used millions and millions of times around the world with no issues.
Right.
And, yes, only tens of thousands of people have received it for many, many months yet, but everything has looked to be very safe.
That's good. All right, guys, we're hoping for great things. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Take care.
Good night.